All right, welcome to Tough Love Tuesday. As always, I'm going to give you just a little disclaimer. If you are feeling emotionally insecure today, or maybe you're just not ready to take the bigger steps forward that you need to take, then I encourage you to put the Tough Love videos on your back burner, keep them in the back of your mind, and come to them when you are perhaps a little more emotionally stable, because I am certainly not setting out to offend or make anybody feel terrible about themselves. My main purpose with these videos is to open people's eyes, because we tend to keep them shut in our little bubble of life, so to speak. So if you're gonna, hit another video, now would be a great time to do that. I'll give you a second. All right, seconds up. So if you stuck around, congratulations, you've made it to Tough Love Tuesday. And this is going to be your first real Tough Love Tuesday of 2013, because I was a little nicer last Tuesday. So today what I really want to talk about is when we set goals and then we don't follow through. So the majority of people have a follow-through issue, and I'm not talking about your dates that don't call you the next day. I'm talking about the fact that we set up our goals, we decide that we're going to make changes, but it is about so much more than actually deciding to make changes, because that's awesome. You get, okay, I'm going to make changes. It's sweet. You wrote it down. You even put it in pen instead of pencil. Maybe you made a board. Maybe you told a couple of people. Maybe you started a blog about it. All of those are awesome things, and it's a great start. And sometimes starting can be the hardest thing, but you have to follow through. Okay, you have to finish. You have to call your date the next day, even if you didn't really like them. Okay, if you're not really in love with your goal, that's okay. You have to follow through with it. You need to finish. So in particular, if we're talking about fitness, obviously we have some things that we need to pay attention to, that we need to follow through with, like our workouts, like our meals. You might want to have a piece of cheesecake, but instead you, my friend, are going to order your salad with the dressing on the side. Why? Because you're awesome, and every time you do that, you're letting everybody around you know that you're awesome. See, that's just how you need to think of it, and then it doesn't seem so bad. So when we're talking about following through with our goals, you need to make sure that you show up. And that can be a little weird for people, because they don't really, we're not quite getting what that means. I need you to show up for your life every day. Show up. Because, think about it. If you have a job and you don't show up, eventually you'll get fired, unless it's just a crummy job anyways and they don't care. The more you want your life to change, the more you are going to have to physically, mentally, and emotionally show up on a daily basis, ready to make those changes. Because here's the deal with your personal goals. Nobody's going to reach them for you. All right, that's life. Sorry, that's just it. There's no choice. Nobody else is going to do it for you. This is you. It's your goal. So suck it up and do the work. Easy. Okay? That's the biggest hump that you have to get over today. A lot of times we go into these goals, especially with weight loss and all, because it's like for years we've led a specific lifestyle that got us to the point where we are. Okay, so if we have 10, 50, 100, 150, 200 pounds to lose, we have been living a lifestyle that got us to that point. Now, I remember that time in my life, because I remember thinking, there's no way that I got myself here. I don't know what happened. People have been force feeding me while I'm sleeping. No, I did it, okay? If you've got extra fat on your body, there's no question as to how it got there. You ate it, okay? Just take a deep breath. It's all right. We all do it. And you move forward. So what happens though is we set these goals because we decide either it's an aesthetic thing, we want to lose the weight because we want to look a certain way, we want these arms, we want these abs, we look through pictures and we piece the perfect body together. Or maybe it's a health thing, doctor says you got to lose weight for your health, and then they send you out the door with, okay. And then we don't follow through because we set these expectations, but yet we don't want to break out of what we know is our normal, what's comfortable to us, and step into what's abnormal to us, what's different. So we don't want to leave the comfort of driving through the fast food lane, because we know that. We know the people that work there. We know what we can eat there. We know what we enjoy. We know what our taste buds like. And then step into this uncomfortable region of having to fix our own food, maybe having to cook. Oh my gosh. Okay, you can lose weight without cooking too, by the way. You can be a lazy weight loss person. That's fine. You're eating a lot of salad. So, just we don't want to get uncomfortable. That's the human nature states that we don't want to be uncomfortable. In our human nature, we are always working towards making ourselves more comfortable, which is why a lot of people don't like to be super sore, things like that. And so basically what I'm going to ask you to do is to break out of your human nature. You've got to break out of the norm, and you need to run towards the abnormal. That's the only way that things are going to change. It has to get a little crazy. It has to get a little wonky. It has to get abnormal. It has to get weird for you in order for things to change. If you're still doing the exact same workout that you've always been doing and you're not losing weight, that's because you're not changing anything. You have to throw that away. You know, if you're like a Pilates fan, but you're not losing weight, you probably have a rockin' hard core under all of that extra stuff that's hanging on. But you need to do something else. Try something that has a little more impact. Try something that is a little out of your comfort zone. And you're probably going to find that that's going to give you more and more results. So that is your takeaway for Tough Love Tuesday. 1, you're going to suck it up. 2, you're going to break free of your little life bubble and realize that there is a lot more to life than what you're allowing yourself to live in just because this is like your comfort bubble. I need you to pop your comfort bubble, and if you can't do that on your own, shoot me an email. I'm happy to pop bubbles all day long. I love it. And then 3, you're going to find something that's uncomfortable, and you're going to work in that uncomfortable zone because it's going to change you. It's going to grow you. And that process is going to be uncomfortable, yes. But you, my friend, are now an expert at sucking it up. And you're going to travel forward, and you're going to move on, and you're going to become stronger. And in that, you're going to find a whole new aspect to you. And it's the one that at the end of 2013, you aren't going to set those same goals anymore because you crushed them. They're done. You get to focus on bigger and better things. How awesome is that? All right, so go on about your day. Be awesome. Be great. And I will see you back here next week.